So glad that you decided to come to another session, and I do want you to be wealthy. Today's subject is something that is kind of a tease, just like pornography and TikTok. And the reason that it's so important to me is that it's one of those things that the digital age is really starting to change how the brain develops. This front part of your brain is the frontal cortex, and that particular part deals with impulses, decision making, and it is one of those things that if we don't take care of it, then we're going to have consequences later in life. All right, so the reason that this subject is on my radar is we need to have our lives in balance. Too much excess of anything, sleep, food, exercise, it all needs to be in a harmonious balance. And the reality of it is that the consequences show up later in our lives. Over exercising, you've got torn out shoulders, you have a lot of surgery, you're replacing knees, you're replacing hips. We just don't need to be doing that. We can live healthier, we can live better, we can live happier, healthier. One of the things is that we just have to have it in balance. Now, notice I didn't say control. Control is not what we need because that causes other issues. We need to be able to eat, watch videos, watch pornography, and sleep in moderation. Our brain doesn't fully develop until we're around 25 years of age. That means that those individuals that are 15 all the way up to 25 that are taking drugs, recreational drugs, they're abusing alcohol, their chances for bipolar go up. It's just a fact because that part of the brain is not developed and they're taking risky behaviors because they don't have the ability to make good decisions and they're going on impulses. And impulses sometimes can be driven by hormones. And if we know anything about hormones, it's not a good thing. So our frontal cortex happens to develop late and last. And we need to be able to make some good, solid decisions rather than taking on those high-risk behaviors. Now, we start making habits and taking habits for granted by the age of 9. Is that amazing? I find that amazing. We can change habits throughout our lives, which is absolutely great. It's not just chiseled in granite. So we need to understand, though, that the choices that we're making now, they happen to have an impact, when we're in 50. Those are when the consequences show up for some really bad habits. We're talking about smoking, drinking, risky behaviors such as sex, unprotected sex, or having a lot of different sexual partners. So what happens when we don't moderate this digital age that we're in and we watch a lot of TikTok or we watch a lot of pornography? Our attention span shrinks. Now, understand that adult attention span is about 20 minutes and it's dropping like a rock. I read one article in order to prepare for this, and they said that our adults' current attention span is 8 seconds. And if you look at television, digital, what happens is you're going to see a cut from a different angle or a different scene or something every 4 to 6 seconds, which keeps our attention because our attention is only 8 seconds. So then we're like, and it's amazing that children are looking at premiere films, the stuff that is Academy Award winning. They're looking at long programs and they're saying, "Oh, you're killing me because it's boring because it's not moving fast enough." All right, think about this: that a child is seeing a whole beginning, middle, and end in TikTok in less than 3 minutes. They're seeing the whole thing. So what's causing, after they see that, they're stimulated by dopamine. Now, dopamine's not a bad thing. It's just very addictive. And addictive in the sense that you want more. And the receptors in your brain happen to burn out. They really don't get burned out, but what happens is that they become desensitized. And what happens is that you want more, you want more, and you want more, and then you're more focused, and then it becomes an addiction, and then everything goes down the toilet, and that's not a good thing. Understand that when that happens, it's very hard to put down, and then we need some real therapy in order to be able to get that to stop. We have been looking at our role models, and if we're looking at TikTok or pornography as our role models and our self-image and our bodies, guess what? Put on the brakes. Don't do that. That is crazy because it can be edited. It's all edited. They can bring in different things and show things that are not real. So don't buy into that. That's why it's important to be able to modify or moderate those things that you're watching. Again, it doesn't take long when your dopamine is just raging, that you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't need to go out and talk to anybody. I just sit here and be entertained by this, by pornography and TikTok, and those long-term consequences definitely impact the way that you create a personal relationship and develop relationships. It also determines your sex drive, your self-image, and your performance in the bedroom. If we're making poor decisions because we don't have a frontal cortex in order to make decisions, then it's going to be hard for us to pay attention to anything that doesn't move in 4-second intervals. And I can tell you from personal experience, relationships don't move every 4 seconds. Every once in a while they'll go from 0 to 90 in 4 seconds, but those are few and far between. But the problem is that we lose our ability to plan and prioritize. And it's a slippery slope. Prioritization, should I go to work or should I watch this porno? Should I go to school or should I watch these TikTok videos? You can see that some bad decision making can go on, especially when the TikTok is not managed and it's rather late and they're on their 4th hour and it happens to be after midnight and people aren't getting any sleep. So let's just get into it here. All right, we need to change our mindset. We've got to be able to start setting some type of limits. If the child is under 18, then you can use parental controls. There's plenty of stuff out here that we can control. The usage, best way I know, is to take the phone away. They don't get to go into the bedroom with the phone. The phone stays outside. And in some cases, we have some very precocious children, and it might need to be locked up. Not a bad thing. But we need to be able to learn how to stop. We need to be able to get sleep. We need to learn that there's a time and a place for everything. Now, when we are not able to do that, getting therapy is a huge plus. It's a bonus. And it's worthwhile because these habits we're creating now are going to impact us later. It doesn't sound, it sounds pretty mundane right now, but the consequences are severe later on. And we need to look at our impulses and our abilities to make those decisions. So if you are not able to get into moderation, then let's go ahead and see some therapists. See the psychiatrist, the psychologist, the pastoral psychologist, and also the Reiki healer. All of those are going to do well. They're going to support you. They're going to allow you to realize that there's more to life than just what's on TikTok or in porno, because you're now building a relationship. And I look forward to talking to you more about this. Go ahead and comment. I look forward to talking to you. You have a great day.